Good morning, student. Today we are discussing condition for constructive and destructive interference. In the last lecture we have discussed there are two sources. From one source, the wave which is emitted, that is represented by A sin omega t. From second source, the wave which is emitted, that is represented by B sin omega t plus phi. Right? What is phi? Phi is the phase difference between the waves which are coming from first and second source. Now, after superposition, y is equal to y1 plus y2. So when these two waves get superimposed, this becomes A sin omega t plus B sin omega t plus phi. Is it clear? तो अब इसको आप खोल देना. This becomes y is equal to A sin omega t. Open this formula, sin of A plus B. So it becomes B sin omega t into cos phi plus cos omega t into sin phi. So this is y is equal to, combine the terms containing sin omega t. It will become A plus B cos phi sin omega t plus B sin phi into cos of omega t. So now student, let us suppose let A plus B cos phi is equal to R cos theta and B sin phi is equal to R sin theta. So what is y become? Y becomes equal to, this is R cos theta into sin omega t plus this is R sin theta into cos omega t. So it becomes y is equal to R into sin of omega t plus theta. Right? So this is a resultant wave which is formed after the superposition of first and second waves. So now R is the amplitude of this resultant wave. You can mark this as equation number 1, this as equation number 2. अब आपको find out करना है R. So squaring and adding 1 and 2. आप square and add करेंगे 1 और 2 को, तो क्या आ जाएगा? This is R square cos square theta plus R square sin square theta is equal to A plus B cos phi whole square plus B sin phi whole square. So R square जब common लोगे, this is cos square plus sin square theta, it is 1. इसको solve करोगे A square plus B square cos square phi plus 2AB cos phi plus B square sin square phi. Now combine these two terms. This becomes A square B square into cos square phi plus sin square phi कितना हो जाएगा? This is B square into 1 plus 2AB cos of phi. This is the resultant R square and R is equal. So now R is equal to under the root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos of phi. What is phi? Phi is the phase difference between the waves which are coming from first and second source. Now from here you can write it in this equation as 1. If we write it in terms of intensity, अगर आप इसको intensity की term में लिखें, intensity of light coming from first source is I1 equal to K into A square. From second source I2 is equal to K into B square. And what is the resultant intensity? IR is equal to K into R square. So put this value here. It becomes resultant intensity IR. आप इसको R square की जगह K into this is IR by K लिखोगे, K सब में cancel हो जाएगा. This is I1, this is I2, this is 2 root I1 into root I2 into cos of phi. So this is the resultant intensity. This is the resultant intensity formula. You can mark this as equation number, this as 3, this as 4. This is equation number 4. This is the formula for resultant intensity. Now from here, from this equation number 3, I will write it again and I will find conditions for constructive and destructive interference. R is equal to under the root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos of phi. Right, now we know for constructive interference, condition for constructive interference, r must be maximum. r कैसा होना चाहिए? मैक्सिमम. r मैक्सिमम कब होगा? इफ cos phi इज मैक्सिमम. और cos phi की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू कितनी होती है? +1. और cos phi की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू किस पे होगी? 0, 2 पाई, 4 पाई, 6 पाई अप टू सो. राइट, तो आपके पास फेज डिफरेंस, अगर आप इसको जनरलाइज फॉर्म में लिखें, इट इज 2n इंटू पाई. पाई इज 2n इंटू पाई, वेयर n इक्वल टू 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on. Now we have to, this is the phase difference between the two waves. Phase difference between the two waves coming from two coherent sources is 2n pi. Then this is a point of constructive interference. At this point the constructive interference takes place and the bright fringe is formed. कौन सी फॉर्म होगी यहाँ? फ्रिंज, ब्राइट फ्रिंज. अब if this is a phase difference, how you can calculate path difference? How you can calculate path difference? For calculating this, we use corresponding to 2 pi. The path difference is, path covered is lambda. Right? When one wave completes, what is the angle it covers? It covers the angle of 2 pi. Corresponding to 2 pi, it is the lambda is the path difference. Corresponding to 1, it is lambda by 2 pi. और आपका यहाँ पर कितना है? 2n pi. So it is lambda upon 2 pi into 2n pi. This get cancel out and it become n into lambda. So here path difference is n into lambda. तो अगर n into lambda path difference है, if n into lambda is the path difference, then this is a condition for constructive interference. Right, and corresponding to this, what is the maximum resultant? R maximum is, अगर आप इस इक्वेशन में cos phi की वैल्यू +1 पुट करो, दिस इज a स्क्वायर प्लस b स्क्वायर प्लस 2ab. cos phi is 1, so it is under the root of a plus b whole square. So it is a plus b. Our maximum is a plus b. Now we have to find condition for destructive interference. Condition for destructive interference. For destructive interference, R is minimum. और R मिनिमम कब होगा? इफ़ cos phi इज़ मिनिमम. और cos phi की मिनिमम वैल्यू कितनी होती है? 1. और ये होता है आपका 0 पे, 3 पाई पे, सॉरी पाई पे, 3 पाई पे, 5 पाई पे, 7 पाई पे अप टू सोन. तो फाई क्या आ गया? दिस इज 2n minus 1 पाई, और यू कैन से 2n plus 1 पाई. तो हेयर इट n स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 1, 2, 3 अप टू सो ऑन. और यहाँ n स्टार्ट होगा आपका, n स्टार्ट होगा यहाँ 1, 2 से, और यहाँ स्टार्ट होगा 0, 1, 2 से. तो आप कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. इफ़ दिस इज़ अ फेज डिफरेंस, हाउ यू कैन कैलकुलेट पाथ डिफरेंस? पाथ डिफरेंस के लिए यही मेथड हम यूज़ करेंगे. corresponding to 2 pi, this is lambda upon 2 pi, and what is this? 2n minus 1 into pi के corresponding path difference 2n minus 1 into pi. This get cancel out and it become 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. तो path difference आ गया 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. So if we see, for constructive interference, what is the phase difference? 2n pi, and what is the path difference? n lambda. ठीक है. और destructive interference के लिए it is 2n minus 1 pi and the path difference is 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. I think it is clear to all of you. Now after this, what is the minimum intensity? Minimum, okay, R minimum we will calculate. R minimum is, put this value of cos phi as -1 in this, a square plus b square plus 2ab with -1, cos phi is -1, so R minimum become a minus b whole square. So R minimum is a minus b. What is the intensity of minimum? That is equal to a minus b whole square. Right? और अगर intensity of R maximum कितना हमने find out किया था? That is a plus b. तो I maximum कितना हो गया? This is a plus b whole square. So if we say from two special cases there, these are the two conditions for constructive and destructive interference. If the waves coming from two sources having the same amplitude, if A equal to B, what is the value of R maximum? It is A plus B whole square. This is A plus A. This is equal to 4A square. This is intensity. This is R maximum, A plus B, and this is the intensity of maxima. This is intensity of maxima is 4A square. If what is the intensity of minima? It is A minus B whole square. So it is equal to 0. So good contrast is formed. Maxima की intensity 4A square और minima की intensity 0. So a good contrast is formed between maxima and minima. Right? अब इसके बाद अगर हम क्वेश्चन करें, there is a relation between maximum intensity of light coming from first source is I1 divided by I2 is equal to K into A square divided by K into B square, and this get cancel out, and this is W1 upon W2. What is W1 and W2? These are the width of the slits. So this relation we will use in numericals. So first question is, if the intensity of light coming from two sources is 81:1, if intensity of light coming from two sources is 81:1, find from two sources is 81:1, then find the intensity of maxima to minima. I minima. Find the ratio of intensity of maxima to minima. So student, you can write this as I1 upon I2 is equal to A square upon B square is equal to 81/1. तो A upon B कितना हो जाएगा? 9:1. तो A is equal to 9 times of B. तो I maxima कितना हो गया? This is equal to A plus B whole square divided by I minima is A minus B whole square. तो आप पुट करो यहाँ पर 9B plus B whole square. This is 9B minus B whole square. This is 10B square. This means 100B square. This is 864B square. कैंसिल हो गया. This is equal to 25/16. It is 25/16. I maxima to I minima is 25/16. Now the next we have to find if ratio of width of the slits. Okay. If the ratio of width of, second question is, if the ratio of the width of the two slits is given by 4:1, अगर width slits ratio 4:1 है, तो find the ratio of I maximum to I minimum. Again आप कैसे करोगे to I minimum? Same formula. This is A square upon B square. तो A upon B कितना हो गया? This is equal to 2/1. तो A equal to 2B हो गया. Right? तो I maximum is A plus B whole square. A plus B whole square और I minima is A minus B whole square. कितना आ जाएगा ये? This is 2B plus B whole square. This is 2B minus B whole square. This is 9B square and this is B square. It is 9:1. Is it clear, student? Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss about the fringe width expression. Okay. There is one more topic, that is the energy conservation. Energy conservation in interference pattern. ये डिस्कस और कर लेते हैं जो हमने डिस्कस किया. एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन इन इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. देखो, इसमें आपके पास दो सोर्सेस थे, राइट? दो सोर्सेस से जो इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट आ रही है, दिस इज S1 एंड दिस इज S2. सो फ्रॉम फर्स्ट सोर्स इट इज I1 इज इक्वल टू K इंटू A स्क्वायर. फ्रॉम सेकेंड सोर्स I2 इज इक्वल टू K इंटू B स्क्वायर. वी हैव प्लेस्ड अ स्क्रीन हेयर. तो टोटल इंटेंसिटी यहाँ क्या होनी चाहिए थी? दैट इज द सम ऑफ द इंटेंसिटी कमिंग आउट फ्रॉम दीज टू सोर्सेस, K into A square plus K into B square. This is K into A square plus B square. अब यहाँ हमने कहा कि इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न इज फॉर्म्ड. तो अगर हम इंटरफेरेंस, व्हेन इंटरफेरेंस टेक्स प्लेस, what is the intensity of maxima? That is A plus B whole square. What is the intensity of minima? It is A minus B whole square. तो अब आपकी एवरेज इंटेंसिटी क्या आ जाएगी? दिस इज I मैक्सिमा प्लस I मिनिमा डिवाइड बाय 2. तो आप इसको सॉल्व करो. A प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर प्लस A माइनस बी होल स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाय 2. तो ये आ जाएगी A स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर प्लस 2AB. आप K लिखना चाहते हो तो लिख लेना, अदरवाइज यहाँ ये K कॉमन ही आ जाएगा आपका इन दोनों टर्म में से. So it is A square plus B square minus 2AB divided by 2. ये कैंसिल हो गया. So it is K into 2A square plus 2B square divided by 2. It become K into A square plus B square. तो I average intensity. After interference the average intensity and before the intensity of two coherent sources is same. So this proves the energy conservation. Okay. In the next video I will explain the fringe width. Thank you.